Assalamu alaikum and hello everybody. Welcome to Mathsable. Today we'll be doing coordinate geometry, so let's get started. There are 5 main formulas in this chapter and the rest is all practice. The first one being the equation of a straight line, which is y is equal to mx plus c, where y and x are a point in the coordinates on the straight line, m being the gradient of the straight line, and c is the point which is intersected by the straight line on the y-axis. For example, there is a line y is equal to 2x plus 1, where the gradient is 2 and the y-intercept c is 1. We never put the values of y and x in the equation of the line. We only put the value of the gradient and the y-intercept. The second formula, which is the gradient of a straight line, which we denoted by m. So m is equal to y2 minus y1 whole y2 minus y1 over whole. For example, there is a straight line and two of its coordinates are given. Let's say this one and this one. These are, let's say, 5, 3, and this could be -4, -2. We would find its gradient through the same formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2 minus y1 minus 2 minus 3 over x2 minus x1 minus 4 minus 5. So this would be equal to -5 over -9, minus cancel, it would be 5 over 9. Moving on to the third formula, which is the midpoint of a straight line. I'll denote it with MB, you can denote it with anything else. So x1 plus x2 divided by 2, comma, so now the y coordinates, y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So basically it's the average of the x points and the y points, so which hence gives you the midpoint of any straight line. So let's use our previous example to find the midpoint this time. So we had 2 points on the straight line, and we will use the formula x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. So x1 plus x2, 5 plus -4, 5 minus 4, which is 1 over 2, comma, 3 plus -2, so 3 minus 2, 1, 1 over 2. So here we have the coordinates of the midpoint. And now the fourth formula, which is the length of a straight line between 2 points. And this is equal to under root y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square. And now let's use the same example to find the length of this line. So we have 2 points and the formula goes in under root y2 minus y1 whole square plus x2 minus x1 whole square. So y2 minus y1 minus 2 minus 3 whole square, which is -5 whole square, 25, plus x2 minus x1 whole square, so -4 minus 5 whole square minus 9 whole square, which is 81 plus 81, 25 plus 81, 106, 106 under root 106 would give us around 10.3. So that's the length of the line, 10.3 units. And now our last and fifth formula, which is the circle equation, and this is equal to x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square. So y minus b whole square is equal to r square. And here r is the radius, x and y are a coordinate on the circumference of the circle, a and b are the coordinates of the center of the circle. For example, the circle, its midpoint and the radius is given, and we need to find the circle equation. We again usually don't put the values of x and y in, so the equation goes like x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square. So x minus a is 4, the midpoint, whole square, plus y minus b whole square. So y minus b is 5 whole square is equal to r square. R is 25, the radius is 25, so we would write it as 25 square, and which is 625. Also, do not confuse y2, y1, x2, and x1, 2's and 1's for their coefficients, because they are the subscripts of y and x's, not the coefficients of y and x. You need to keep in mind, if there are two lines which are parallel to each other, let's say the gradient of this line is m1, the gradient of this line is m2, their gradients would always be equal. m1 is equal to m2, and if one line is perpendicular to the other, you can use the word perpendicular or normal, hence makes a 90-degree angle on its intersection. Their gradient would, so let's say this is m1, this is m2, so the product of m1 and m2 would give us negative 1. So basically m2 is the negative reciprocal of m1. If m1 is let's say 3, so m2 would be negative 1 over 3. And we are done with coordinate geometry. Hopefully you found this video to be very helpful, and inshallah I will remain consistent with my YouTube channel as we will revise the whole A levels mathematics syllabus, code 9709. So have a great rest of your day, and assalamu alaikum.